Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Friday Coffee Klatsch. I am Dani, and I am usually here with my daughter Artemis, but she hasn't shown up yet. So I guess it's just you and me. This is the video show, podcast, blog, whatever you want to call it, where we talk about life, yarn, and everything else in that order. We usually talk about the yarn first because that's where most of my subscribers came from when I used to talk about yarn more often. Anyway, today is Friday, June 2nd. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, not a lot of yarn talk because I haven't done a lot of crafting. Excuse me. I do, however, have this cough that I thought had gone away, but it seems to be starting to ease its way back in. I don't know. It was like 99% gone. I had just a brief little tickle, and then all of a sudden, it seems to be back. But I am drinking coffee as usual with caramel macchiato creamer that my husband seemed to have snatched from the Circle K because it was in those little cups. And this is my last instant coffee, so I've got to order some coffee. Let me take a sip. And then let's see what we have to talk about this weekend. Well, it looks like my daughter is trying to show up, but she's not quite here yet.
Hello? Am I not quite here yet?
So while she's trying to get here,
Hello?
let's see what else we can talk about.
Can the world hear me?
Let's see. Okay, supposedly she is here, but she's not, according to my chat, she's here, but she's not here. So we'll see what's going on. Um, this is going to be probably a little bit shorter than usual. A, if she doesn't show up, I'm not going to have a whole lot to talk about. And B, um, this is first Friday of the month, so this is the Friday that she normally does all her face painting and stuff for the Chamber of Commerce party, community party. So one thing I've been working on while we're waiting to see if she is going to show up. There is Ari. Hello, Ari. Nice of you to join us. Okay. And there she is
Can
trying
you
to show
see
up,
and
but
hear
she's
me
not
now?
here yet.
Can you hear me?
Well,
Can you
it's
hear me?
nice that she reminded you, Ari. Um, she's trying to get here.
Hello?
Hello, Ronald. Yes, covered in spots. I'll let her tell you about that if she ever manages to make it in.
It
In the
looks like I'm in.
meantime,
Ronald and Ari, can y'all
what
hear me?
have I been doing this week? I have been working my way toward inbox
Hello?
0.
They can hear me. I'm sending her a chat.
She's not wearing leopard print, Ronald. I wish she would wear leopard print. It would be cute.
Leopard
Okay,
print is not
so
my style.
my darling daughter is here somewhere, and you guys can see her, but I cannot. Now see, if since I'm running from my computer, if I try to restart, I think it would mess something up.
It might. I'm going to tell
I
her to
don't
see
know
if
if
she can
she would
leave and come
still be
back.
here. Okay, let's see. So, can you guys hear me as well, or just her? Oh, this is going to be so bad. Okay.
Well, this will be a good
I'm going to
one.
see if I can back out of this and restart.
That's what
I
I said.
don't know if that will knock both of us out.
I don't think so.
Oh, there you are.
Can you see and hear me now?
Yes, I can see. God, you're loud.
I've been sitting here chatting away.
Oh my goodness, you're loud. Well, if you had told me it was going to be wig day, I would have put my wig on.
Well, it's wig day for me because I've got events. I finally yesterday sat
Wait a
down
minute, wait
and
a minute, wait a
oop,
minute, wait a minute. You are blowing me out. I got to turn
I'm
you
so sorry.
down.
Yeah,
I got to turn you down. No, leave. You stay. I'm turning you down.
well, I pulled this mic away anyway because there was that one time that Ronald said that I was coming in like really hot, and I like know that I come in loud anyway, so I usually try to pull this mic away to
Yeah,
mitigate that.
you do not have an inside voice.
I don't.
You and your sister.
I have two
You,
volumes, loud and
you,
louder.
you would think you were both twins. Well, I guess we should start this over just in case Chloe's going to come in and edit this.
Yep.
Welcome to the Coffee Klatsch. I am Dani.
I am Maya, also known as Artemis, in case you see your two names in the chat.
Yes, because
They're both me.
I am her old Gen X mother who is trying to accept her new name, but I worked so hard to come up with Maya. It's hard to let it go.
Oh, I like my
So
name, but do you know how hard it is for people to remember and to pronounce and to spell? And every time this happens most often at work, which is why I'm going by Artemis at work now. This happens so often at work where someone's like, and I'm like, what? And they're like, but they're having a conversation. They're just like,
and you think Artemis is easier than Maya?
everyone at work remembers my name. Everyone
What
at work
about
remembers my name, doesn't have any issues spelling it, don't have any issues pronouncing it. No one calls me Mia, Maria, Maya.
Why couldn't you go by your middle name, Angel?
Because then everyone would call me Angel and Angelique. It's been tried, mother. It's been tried and tested.
I gave you such a pretty name.
You did. And I enjoy it. I just recently found out a while ago, and by recently I mean at least 6 months ago, that in the original story of Thumbelina, when Thumbelina like gets her wings and becomes a fairy, she embraces her new fairy name, which is Maya, spelled Maia. Crazy.
Well, anyway, this is the Friday Coffee Klatsch. As I like to say, this is the mukbang without the food because y'all don't want to watch me chew, but we will still keep you company.
I'll probably still eat something I haven't eaten today.
Well, I am going to drink my coffee. So it's time for Arizona lemonade.
Arizona lemonade, and this is all mine. I drink straight out of this. No use for cups.
Oh, you are so country.
No, I'm lazy. I don't want to wash a cup.
I used to say ghetto, but I think that might offend somebody. So country can't offend anybody. So anyway, let's get on to the life update because you have work to do today.
I do.
So let's start from the top of the list and go on down. Tell Ronald about your spot.
Oh my goodness. So this is like earlier last week. I did like not that far earlier last week. It started last Friday, and I was like itching, and I was like, oh man, there's a lot more like mosquitoes, and I'm getting like bit up, and then but then I was getting itchy like mosquito bites on like my tummy or like my thighs, like places that are covered in clothes where you don't normally get bit by mosquitoes. And so I'm like, do we have bed bugs? Are there fleas in the house from the dogs? I thought that they still had like their medication and stuff. What is going on? And so
you see that bed bug video I sent you?
I did see that bed bug video that she sent me, and now I'm paranoid to stay at an Airbnb. But
Continue.
So I asked my husband, I was like, Wayne, are you getting bit up? I'm trying to figure out if we have bed bugs, but I'm like, I searched the covers, I searched the bedding, I couldn't find them or anything. And he's like, I've got like 1 or 2 bites, but like, yeah, they're biting a little bit. And I'm like, I am like fully covered in bites from like basically head to toe. Like my head was itching all the way down to the tops of my feet, like itching. And so I was trying to figure it out. And then after some talking with my mother and my babysitting mom that I babysit for, we came to the conclusion I had hives. I had hives. And do you know what we kind of concluded that the allergic reaction was from? You were there, Ronald. You witnessed it. Remember when I was enjoying those tahini watermelon snacks? I'm so mad because the snacks were so good. good. They were so yummy, and I was about to buy another pack of them, but I'm literally just now getting rid of some of the last itchy spots. Like there was a spot that just popped up on my face yesterday, but it's starting to go away. I was glad that most of it didn't come up on like my neck and my face. But yeah, I had a spot that just popped up on my face, but most of it's gone. I have like a few itchy spots on my tummy, but most of it's gone, and so I am waiting for it to completely go away because my mother suggested that it might be just an allergy to like chili, like the chili in the tahine, and so I'm trying to decide if I want to go back and get the tahine and like test it out and see if that is what it was or if it was something else. Yeah, I was taking Benadryl. I was taking Benadryl.
So you found the oral Benadryl, but did you find no? Did you find the topical
Yeah,
Benadryl?
I found the oral Benadryl. I never found the topical Benadryl, but I also never used the cortisone cream because every time it was itching to the point where I felt like I needed to put something on it, I was never at the house. I was always like
Mhm,
out in the car or somewhere else, or not like it was not somewhere convenient for me to try to put on that topical cream, like babysitting or something.
mhm.
So, but I got through it. I dealt with it. So now I'm trying to decide if I want to test it out and see if that was actually it or see if it was something else because I don't want to like have another mysterious like bout of hives pop up and
Well,
it turns out it wasn't the tahine.
I would be concerned about you testing it out again,
Mm-hmm.
simply because usually when people have allergic reactions, like the first exposure is bad, and then the second or third exposure is worse. That's why, like your father, had that allergic reaction to it was either a bee or a wasp, but he had been stung by bees and wasps before, but it was an accumulation
Mm-hmm.
to where finally his body was like, no. And then he got stung that one last time and it was awful.
But I don't want to give up the delicious tahini snacks if I don't have to.
I'm just concerned that if
That it'll be
you
worse.
that it'll be worse and you'll start having breathing problems and then you won't there'll be nobody to drive you to the hospital.
That's true. Because there's only two people that drive in my house.
So I don't know about you trying that
And
again.
your girl's not calling an ambulance. Not in this economy.
Whatever. Okay. So are we talking about the bag?
I mean, we can just go right down the line.
Just
I'll
say
go.
just say it quick. Most of these things are like bullet points, just one, two. We don't have a lot to say about them.
They are. Ari said, "Do it, YOLO." Ari,
Are you
absolutely
gonna
not.
be there? Are you gonna be there to drive
Exactly.
us to the hospital,
Are
Ari?
you driving up from Georgia to take me to the hospital? You better be on call. Anyway, I finally, for everybody who's been
If you
following the
do it, if
saga,
you
oh,
before we leave this, if you do it when the drivers are home.
yes,
So somebody can
absolutely,
so somebody can take you. Or at
absolutely,
least do it when your ogre is home so he can at least call somebody.
yeah,
Don't just do it when you're home by yourself.
no, because that would be a terrible idea. But for those of you who have been following the saga of me working at ETSU and trying to get paid, guess who finally got their check in the mail? I finally got my check in the mail. Finally got paid. Put it in the bank
Yay.
that day. Immediately put it in the bank.
Yay.
That was far too much.
Yay. So happy. And this is a busy weekend for you?
This is a busy, busy weekend for me. After I finish explaining this, once she gets into her life events, I'm going to start putting on my makeup because I have 5 events.
I have no life events, but go ahead.
I have 5 events. You have a life event. I have 5 events this weekend. I've got when I leave here today, I have First Fridays in the town that I'm in. I have to go do face paint there, and then there's the Mermaid Festival. I finally got the email back that they are letting me vend at the Mermaid Festival, which is good because I already sent them the $50.
But that's this weekend?
Yes,
God, they waited till the last second, didn't they?
yes. So I've got First Friday today where I'm just doing face paint.
200 eternities later.
Yes, about getting paid. I mean, that's the pull of it is I know I'm going to get paid. And in the last phone call that I had with her, she was like, yeah, I definitely want to make sure you get paid because I want to be able to have you back out in August for our next big event. And I'm like, so I know I'm going to get paid and they want to bring me back as a repeat vendor, but golly gee, if it doesn't take 3 months for me to get paid for a single event.
So, but now that you know that this is what it's like, you need to like
Yeah,
not be dependent on that money.
yeah.
Like you don't depend on it like your, weekly paycheck.
Yeah, no, I'm not
Yeah,
dependent on that
to
money like
get
my weekly paycheck, at least not right now. I would like to make this business full time, but it's hard to do stuff like that when people are taking 3 months to pay me. Um, but so I just know that I know how to write the invoice for them now. I know how long it's going to take for them to get paid. I know that I need to be calling her over and over to make sure that I get my money. And so that's just what I have to do for that. But so this weekend, I've got first Friday event today, which is just face painting and henna, no vending crochet items or anything. And then tomorrow is the Mermaid Festival at noon. And so I'm going to be, and I'm right next to one of my besties. So she's doing tie dye, and so both of our tables are pretty family friendly. And so I'm going to ask her how she feels about like opening up the sides of our table so it looks like one big setup. But I've got that tomorrow. I've got mermaid bags and stuff that I have made, which you guys will see pictures of later. Because I sent you the pictures, mommy, and I'm asking you to pull them up
Mhm.
on Messenger. Um, and then tomorrow night, there is a night market. They're calling it the Full Moon Block Party. That I have
Mhm.
tomorrow night. It is from 9 p.m. to midnight.
How often
Um,
do they do that?
I don't know. This is the first one that I know about. And they like sought me out, like called me out. It wasn't me finding them. They sought me out. So it usually when that happens, it's usually like the first one or one of the first few, and they're trying to like kind of build it up because I'm not having to pay a vendor fee for that or anything. Whereas I had to pay
Well,
$50 for
it's
membership.
nice to be sought out.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it looks like it looks like it's gonna be fun. A good like atmosphere where like my Faye vibe would definitely fit in. Um, and let's see, the on Sunday is the BIPOC market again because that's the first Sunday of the month. So Sunday is the BIPOC market. But then, and
So
I've already,
I'm not gonna see you on Sundays.
you
What
are
you're
not
saying?
going to see me on Monday because we've got the BIPOC market, and
Okay.
then I've already emailed them because I have to leave the BIPOC market an hour early because I got hired out for a birthday party Sunday evening.
Oh man.
I have 5 events this week. 5. One of them paid by
And
the hour, the rest of them vending.
I was gonna call a family meeting on Sunday, but I guess not.
I mean, well, the birthday party ends at it's 3, 4. The birthday party ends at like 5. So if you call the family meeting around 5 or 6 while I am still awake, I can hop in and talk for a little bit. But I am going to bed. I
No,
am going to
I
sleep.
wouldn't torture you like that. We can wait until another time. So apparently, the first of the month is a busy time for you, is what you're saying.
Yeah, at least
It's
for
when most of the events seem to take place.
well, this weekend was just like this month was just crazy because there's the extra Mermaid Festival and then that other festival going on. But usually the first of the month is just first Friday on Friday and then BIPOC market on Sunday. And then if my on and off weeks at my local market line up, then I might have market that Saturday. But it's usually 3, not 5. So this is a rare occasion.
Oh man. Well, I shall pray that you have plenty of. I'm coloring, by the way.
You're good. I'm about to be coloring my face. So
I'll pray that you have plenty of money coming your way and contacts for future business.
yeah, I'm
That's
bringing a buttload of business cards, and based on the email that the Mermaid Festival sent me, they're expecting 4,000 people to come through there
good
tomorrow. Yeah,
God.
because it's which is crazy to me because it was super busy last time I went, but it's crazy that they are expecting that many people. But so many people that I've talked to have not heard of it and can't like, and it's so hard to find the information for it. I have no
So
idea.
how did who they must have a secret network.
I mean, yeah, it's locals. It's so many
The
festivals are.
mermaids are coming up out of the ocean to come
This is
see
bringing the
you.
fish with them. But yeah,
'Cause
it's so many festivals are word of mouth, which frustrates me because then when I'm trying to find stuff, I can't just like go asking everybody, hey, so what festivals are coming up? Like,
uh-huh. Yeah, that is a frustration. But that's where networking comes in, and you
mm,
are better at networking than I am. This is why I could never go into this kind of business because networking is not my thing.
I just talk to people. I'm not even actively trying to network. I'm just talking to people.
Because you and see, people think that I'm a talker, but I am a talker if I know you. Once you get to know me, the floodgates open and you can't shut me up. But for, strangers and stuff, it's gotten easier as I've gotten older, simply because I kind of pretend that I am on stage and this is a role, and I pretend that I'm somebody else who likes to talk to cashiers and, waitresses and things like that. But it's still uncomfortable for me.
I feel more comfortable at like market settings, at like grocery stores. That's why Wayne always goes into the grocery store for me, because I want to
Mhm,
talk to people, because
mhm,
we live in a fairly small town, and
mhm,
so I like, if I go into a grocery store and like one of the big stores like Ingles or Walmart or something in the middle of the day, 90% of the time I'm going to run into someone that I know, and I do
mhm.
not want to have a conversation. I'm just trying to get in and get my stuff and get out. But
Yeah.
like the last time I went to Walmart and actually walked into the store, I met half of my coworkers from McDonald's. Half of them were there. Literally, I saw two of them walking and I scooted down a lane, and then I saw another one walking. I scooted down another lane, and then I was in line, and somebody like, and then it turns out the cashier in the line used to work at McDonald's with me, but I couldn't see because the Walmart lines are forever long, so I couldn't see until it was already there, and I don't like her, and so I like had to get through that conversation. And then while I was waiting in line, somebody else walked up. And she was like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" We were like having a conversation, and then she's like, "Oh, did you see so and so?" And I was like, "Yeah, I saw them." And she's like, "Oh, well, did you see so and so? They're also here." And I'm like, "No, I didn't even see them. Just everybody was at the store, and I didn't want to talk to anyone because I just wanted to get my stuff and go home." Let's
Oh,
see.
well,
Oh, Ronald's
um,
got therapy. Go therapize, Ronald. Go therapize.
to go therapize. But thank you for checking in on us and saying hey. And Ari wants to know how the house hunting is going.
It is dropping my phone. It's going all right. We have not made any big like progress. There are just in the last like week, we've had I think 3 different people respond to us, and so we're trying to. It's all about just trying to set a time for not even everybody in the house, but just for me and Wayne to
Mhm,
go and look at the house, because they trust our judgment. Most of the time they're okay with not going to see the house, and so it's just us, because I want to make sure that I've got space for excuse me, for my craft stuff, because
mhm,
we are crammed into this house, and I'm trying to like it's hard to expand and grow a business when you don't have anywhere to expand and grow your stuff. Like
mhm.
I don't have space. So the landlady has I have not heard from the landlady. Ari was saying in the chat, lady not being a bish. I have not heard from her in months, because we go like we know when to turn in our rent. We go and drop it off like the way that she likes to drop it off. So she has not contacted us. Um, I'm wondering how things are going with the neighbors, because, like I said before, I think that she has forgotten that she asked us to move out in May, um, because she was going to kick out our front neighbors so that her daughter could live there rent free, and then if we're gone, then she's only getting the rent from our side neighbor, which is less than $1,000 a month. And I think these are the only properties that she owns. She might own others, but I believe these are the only properties that she owns. So I'm just wondering how things are going, because unfortunately, with our front neighbors, even though I'm not a super fan of the lady that lives there, her father lives there with her. The whole reason they were moving out here was so he could get like fresh air and go to the doctors and stuff, because he was older and he passed away this
Oh
past week.
no.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, because he was really nice. She's not my
Mhm,
cup of tea, but he was really nice, and I don't want anything like I didn't want to wish anything bad on them, even though I don't really like her. Like that is an unfortunate thing to happen. So I'm wondering what is going on with that. If she's still like pressing for them to move, or if they're going to stay for a while, or if they want to move anyway just because of what happened.
mhm.
So
Oh goodness.
that's what's going on with landlady stuff. You and I think that is all of my stuff. Um, if you want to go into your stuff, I know you and I talked about it a tiny bit, so I just need to run behind me and grab my one of my makeup bags. I forgot to grab it, so
Well,
I
you
will be right back while you talk to
while I talk to Ari. Yes,
Ari,
our only viewer.
and probably Chloe. I bet you anything, Chloe's lurking in there.
As Canzalone, one of the YouTubers I watch, says, lurking, smirking, and working.
Lurking, smirking, and working. Well, she's got to see when she's got to edit out all of the ums and ahs and catastrophes.
Go get your makeup, babe.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Hola, Ari. ¿Qué tal? Okay. So I had let's see, a eventful semana de fin. No. Fin de semana? No. Uh, eventful weekend. Semana de fin? Whatever. I had an eventful weekend last weekend. I went to see, um yeah, I'm supposed to be working, but I may work after I get done with this, or I may work tomorrow. Um, Fin de semana. Gracias. Um, anyway, I had Ronald, you're supposed to be going to therapy. Yes, I can speak Spanish with Ari because he's like one of my children. You are a grown up. I'm embarrassed to speak Spanish with you. So anyway, my weekend, it was the birthday weekend for my BFF, and so she was bugging me to leave the house with her. We haven't seen each other face to face in 3 years, other than um FaceTime.
I definitely thought y'all had seen each other more recently than that.
No, it's actually a little longer than that because it had been a few months before the pandemic started since I last saw her, and then we just didn't see each other after the pandemic. But we went out. Why are you making faces?
I was surprised. I thought it'd been more recently than that.
You're making sad face. I
Not
mean,
sad. I'm just surprised.
I texted her and stuff. For those who don't know, I am somewhat antisocial. So I wouldn't say antisocial because once I get around people that I know and I can ease into the situation and I have preparation, then I can have a good time. But it's like leading up to it, it's like, do I really have to leave the house?
Mm.
Do I really have to leave the house? This is really uncomfortable for me to leave the house. And it does, and even when I have a good time, it does take something out of me so that when I come home, then I feel like I need 2 days to just sleep to get past having to leave the house. So, but anyway, so what we did was because she's an organized person, and although she seems to be getting a little less organized as she gets older, but she tends to be an organized person. So her family depends on her to kind of fix everything, because they're a little bit more of a hot mess than she is. So she's the one who has to call and make sure everybody has goes to the doctor, and you know find she just gets things straightened out for people. And she's so used to doing it that she does it for everybody that I have to tell her not to do it for me. Like, she was just over here yesterday going, "Oh, those plants I mean, not yesterday, but when she came to pick me up, first thing out of her mouth when she comes in, those hostas you have out front, they need to be split and you have space over here. I can come over next weekend." I'm like, "Girl, calm down. You are making more work for yourself."
The hostas will
So,
be fine.
all of that is to say that I told her, okay, but I tend to also, when I go out with her, I tend to be like, "Well, let's go here and let's go eat this and let's go." So I feel like I'm pushing my tastes on her.
Hmm.
So I was trying, since it's her birthday, I kept saying to her, "Let's where do you want to go? I sent you several restaurant choices. Where do you want to go? What do you want to see? What do you want to do? And she's like, oh no. And finally she was like, I'm just so tired. I want you to pick. So I ended up picking, which is not good because I'm not good at picking, especially when it comes to restaurants. We've picked bad restaurants every time when we went to Puerto Rico. Every restaurant we went to was bad.
Not every
So,
restaurant.
which restaurant did we go to that was good?
I feel like I remember one of them being decent.
Maybe what I ordered was not good. I don't feel like I had good food the whole time I was there.
Maybe
But
I'm just
anyway,
remembering it as being better because I enjoyed being in Puerto Rico.
I well, I mean, I think you guys like that sit down restaurant that we went to right before we left. I think you
Hmm.
guys got good food, and what I ordered was not good. I think that's what happened that time. But anyway, so we ended up going to this. We I gave her narrowed it down to a choice between an Asian place and a Mexican place in Belmont, so that we wouldn't have to fight parking in Charlotte because she wanted to go listen to some music. So we decided we were going to go listen to something that was cheap, not like trying to go to the Coliseum and spend $400. Some just cheap, somebody doing an open mic at a coffee shop kind of thing. So, but first we were going to go eat dinner. So we went to this place called Cafe Vieja because I had never had birria tacos. And they said they had birria tacos on their menu. And she had had birria tacos at this place in Concord and said they were really good. So she was looking forward to it. So we went to this place in Belmont. This place was a grease fest.
Oh yeah, I remember this. Are you telling me about this?
It was not good. For anybody watching who doesn't know, birria tacos is where you have like usually beef, where you have the shredded beef taco. I had queso birrias, so it was cheese and beef, and um, they give you this consomme, which normally consomme is beef broth that which is like heavily flavored that you dip the taco into. Okay.
Hmm.
So I got the quesadillas. Well, first of all, we order and she mistook the menu. So she ordered birria del res, which was the soup,
Hmm.
and not the tacos. So she's like, no, that's not what I wanted. So rather than have a fuss or whatever, because the waitress, you know, La Camarera was saying, I don't know if they'll take that back, or she was being all iffy. I was like, fine, it's soup. Give me a to go container. I will take it home.
Hmm.
Okay. So I tasted my taco. The meat, it was good meat. It was not, it wasn't dry or anything, but it was just like it didn't have any flavor to it. And I thought, well, maybe they didn't heavily season it because I've got the consomme and all the flavor is going to come when I dip it into the consomme, which is usually kind of salty. The consomme was nothing but grease, grease,
I remember you showing
grease,
me
I
this.
tell you. And so, I mean, I ate my 3 tacos, but they come with on the side. They come with like a bowl of where you have half a lime, chopped onions, chopped cilantro, and what we thought was bell peppers, but I'm pretty sure it was jalapenos because when I ate them later at home, my mouth was on fire.
Oh
And
no.
my mouth does not handle jalapenos well. So, but so I even paid $1.25 for some sour cream to get because it just was not.
There's no flavor.
There was no flavor. So anyway, I took the I'm gonna get into the rest of my weekend, but I took the soup home then because I wanted to show you this picture. I took the soup
Yeah, I was gonna say
home.
you better bring this picture up.
I took the soup home because after tasting it and knowing that the consomme didn't have much soup, but the meat was good. And as much as we pay for meat, I wasn't just going to leave that on the table. I
Hmm.
took it home and I said, we can doctor this up, put some seasoning in it or whatever, which I did, and it ended up tasting good. But first, I had to pull this giant lump of grease because I put it in the refrigerator and went and got it back out, the next day. And where's this thing?
This picture is crazy, y'all. It is insane. I saw this when we were doing family game night last Sunday.
Okay. This is the lump. That's like an inch and a half thick of grease
What
that
is
was on top of the soup when I pulled it out of my refrigerator. And the soup container was the height of this cup, but I only had like this much soup in it. Okay. And you see how much of that was grease,
It's like 50% grease, honestly.
was fat that I had to pull out of that soup. Once I pulled, so that had been floating, before when I was at the restaurant, that had been floating on top of the soup and the consomme for my taco. That's why I couldn't get to any of the flavor because the flavor was all at the bottom of the bowl. All I was doing was dipping into the lake of grease that was on top. As
I
soon
just picture you lighting a match and dropping it on the soup and it just bursts into flames.
So as soon but so when I was at home, as soon as I pulled that off and threw that out and then heated up just the soup and put some tahini in it, it was delicious. I ate that with the corn tortillas. It was delicioso. But so that was that place. That was not good. Then we went to I mentioned last week So Far Sounds.
Yes, I believe
Okay.
so.
But before we
Yeah,
went
yeah.
there, because we got done with the taco place, it was still early. We still had time. I had not had any coffee because I thought we were going to a coffee place before we went to So Far. So she said, "Well, let's stop at a coffee place anyway." So we found a coffee place, a new coffee place in Belmont called Waterbean. It was completely empty. Oh, by the way, I didn't wear a mask at all during this. And I had told her I was going to wear a mask because I had gotten sick the last time I went out. But every place we went into was like deserted. So
Okay,
I
I was
felt
like,
sorry.
not you and your compromised immunity self. What are you doing?
Well, like the Cafe Vieja was practically empty. But the few
Not
people
surprised.
but the few people I saw in there were all Latino. So I thought, okay, well maybe they know what's up. Or maybe there's other food that was better there than the birria tacos, because why would all these Latina people be in there? But still, it wasn't like
There weren't
it
a
was.
bunch of people
There
there.
weren't a bunch of people in there. It was practically an empty dining room, and there was a good 15 feet between us and the next table that was
Hmm.
occupied. So I wasn't worried there. Then we went to Waterbean and there was like nobody there. There was like the girl at the counter, and then we sat all the way at the back because that's where the comfy chair was that we wanted to sit in. And then there was like one other couple at the very front at the door. And
Hmm.
this is the middle of the day, and they had no business, which is kind of sad because, and I had
Well, I mean, a coffee shop middle of the day, people are probably like at work and stuff.
but it was a Saturday.
Ooh. Ooh, that is maybe they were busy at events or something.
They had a nice piano in there in there though, so I know that they must have people there for music at other times. Anyway,
Hmm.
so had Vietnamese coffee there. I had never had Vietnamese coffee that before, and she said
Ooh.
it's a small coffee. I said that's fine. Do you want the condensed milk in it? Yeah, I do because I know I want my coffee sweet, and I got it. And it was a small cup. It had this much coffee in it, and paid $4.50. I mean,
Oh my
the cup
gosh.
the cup was the same circumference as my cup, and it was this much coffee. Terry was mad for me
I'm mad
and
for,
and
was it at least
and
good
went
coffee?
and went back up to the counter. And it was good coffee, but it was like, I normally, you see this, I normally drink this. This is my cup of coffee for the day. And so this ended up being my cup of coffee for the day. And I was like, oh my God.
$4. That's how much I pay for like a medium iced coffee at the local coffee shop. Four
But I mean, but it was good
dollars.
coffee. And she said that their chai was really good, and she has hard time getting a good chai when she goes places. So we
Mm-hmm.
would go back there again. But
Just maybe not order that tiny
I'm
coffee.
not getting the Vietnamese coffee. I'm gonna get a proper size coffee. Um, so we sat there for a little bit. Then we finally went to So Far, which I don't know if we explained this last week. I can't remember if I had already bought the tickets when we did this last week or
You
not.
had explained it a bit, but
But
we didn't know who you were going to see.
yeah, they don't tell you till 20 minutes before who's going to be there.
I thought you said
And
like a day before.
and
20
I don't
minutes?
no, they tell you the day before where you're going. Or they but they don't tell you who's going to be there till
This is the
20
most underground nonsense.
till 20 minutes before. And so we it was at this like brewery place, and we were in the back. They have like the main brewery part, and then they have the back room, what they call the back room, which was like this huge warehouse place.
Mm-hmm.
And it's normally used for like a wedding venue and stuff like that. So there's like no chairs. So I mean they put chairs out. They have put some chairs out
No,
for
you're
people,
good. I was making a face at my makeup. Ignore me.
but generally there's no chairs, you know. And on the invitation it had said, um
BYOC, bring your own chair.
it said bring cushion. It said cushions welcome, is what it said. So I thought, oh, we're gonna be sitting on the floor because we had seen some pictures. We pulled up the place and we had seen some pictures and saw it looked like a warehousey kind of place. So Terry had called and they said, yeah, you know, as long as you can bring your own chair, as long as you put your chair kind of on the outside so that you're not blocking, you know, the other people or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be a bunch of people sitting on the floor, but then when we got there, there was folding chairs. But luckily, your aunt Terry, you know, because she goes camping and to ball games and all this other crap, so she had these like
The folding lawn chairs.
deluxe, well, they're not like lawn chairs, like deluxe camping chairs where you open them up, and it was like extra wide, so you know my behind could fit on it. And hers was like a rocking chair, and it had a little thing over here that you could put your drink in, and little thing over here to stick your phone in. It had a little pole here that if we were outside, I could have put an umbrella in there to. I mean,
I
it
need
was
one of those.
deluxe. So that thing was comfortable the whole time. I would love to have one of those to take if we were
Like
going
on the
somewhere.
cruise.
Well, I mean, you can't pack it on the cruise because we can't pack it in our suitcase.
You can't just bring an extra, just bring an extra box just for all the chairs. Just,
It was very comfortable. It was very comfortable. We expected to be there for 3 hours. It turned out to be only an hour and a half. The first guy was like a country music guy,
okay.
and he was all right. He was supposed to do 5 songs, and the MC cut him off at 3 songs. And then
Why?
the second act, who I don't know who the second act was supposed to be, but the second act ended up being the MC, and he was doing this like um he was talking about how talented he was, talking about himself. And
Oh.
then he was doing, have you ever watched people do the looping thing with the
Yeah, where
box?
they do a song and then they do a sound and then they press the box and so that'll
Yeah,
go and then they add another
yeah.
sound on top of it and press the box and it'll
He
go. Yeah.
did that, except he did it poorly.
This is reminding me of what I was telling you about when I went to ETSU and that guy who, remember there was all the drama with the guy and that girl that I was doing
Mhm,
henna with or
mhm.
whatever. He was exactly he also was like hyping himself up like I can't believe y'all haven't heard of me and like I've been to all these places and we do all this stuff and I'm like average at best.
Mhm. Yeah, this guy was not good. And then they brought on the last guy, And this last guy, his name was, I remember because it was just initials, and he has no social media whatsoever. His initials are ET. He was good. He was good. He did an original song first that was good. And then I can't remember the name of the song though, but he did original song first that was good. Then he did a song. Oh gosh, I forget the name of the song. It's a song. I don't listen to a lot of modern R&B, but I have heard this song on like competition shows, like when people
Ooh.
um audition for like The Voice or whatever.
Mhm.
So I'm familiar with the song, but I've never heard the original.
Mhm.
But he was singing it, and then he pulled a girl up out of the audience who said she knew the song to sing because the chorus is kind of a duet
Mhm.
part, and she could sing too.
Ooh.
And so that turned out good. And then he covered a Shania Twain song, and then they called him back for an encore, and he did another one of his originals. So he was good. So we could have used a little more of him,
A little less MC.
a little more of the first guy, because the first guy said that he had 5 songs ready, and the guy cut him off at 3 songs.
I wonder why they
I'm
cut
like,
him.
and and we were done by 9:45. The invitation said prepare for 3 hours. So I thought each artist was getting an hour. So
Mhm.
we were all comfy in our
Prepped and
chairs, and they gave you like a 10-minute break between acts, to go get some beer or whatever, because this was a brewery, so they have beer and kombucha,
mhm.
and they have like nachos and soft
Bar
pretzels.
food, yeah.
Yeah, bar food. And so I was prepared, but Terry of all peoples, Terry is the one who said, I was not prepared to sit here and see two pasty white boys. I thought we were going to see somebody else.
That's funny.
I mean, I was
I mean, after
honestly,
you showing me the kind of people that they put on, I
uh-huh.
also am a little surprised.
I was expecting a little bit of spoken word. Oh, and the other pleasant surprise is that when Terry and I go out places, in case I hadn't mentioned it to anybody, my BF Terry is white, and my taste in music tends toward you know country and rock and stuff like that, although as I've gotten older, I have leaned more toward hip hop and R&B and stuff like that. But definitely when Terry and I first met, it was more on the indie rock side than anything else. So we tend to go to rock type shows or musicals or whatever. And so I tend to be the only black person there, or one of the few black people there, to the point where, while we're waiting for the curtain to go up, we play spot the black person to see if there's another one beside me. And but this audience was a good 60-40
Ooh,
black
okay.
people. There was more black people, just slightly more black people than white people there.
Did they seem
Um,
like they enjoyed? I
oh
mean,
yeah,
not DMC,
yeah,
but like,
yeah,
because with not knowing who's going to be there, and then like I said, after you showed me the kind of people that they normally get,
uh-huh.
they might have been expecting something different. But it's good that that everybody kind of enjoyed themselves.
Well, I think this is not the first time that they've done so far in Charlotte. Because when the MC first started, how many people have been to So Far Charlotte, and there was some applause. So it's like there was people who had been there before.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of had the feeling. But it was only the ticket was $19, and there was a processing fee of $4 for our because I bought both tickets because it was her birthday. So I bought both
Mm-hmm.
tickets. So there's a processing fee of $4. So I'm guessing that if one person bought a ticket, maybe the processing fee would be $2. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, even for $25 for a surprise concert, even though part of it was not what I wanted, I would do that again.
Yeah, that's like less than the price of a movie ticket at this point.
And they tend to do it like every 3 months. So, we might. I don't know. I might if I can be bothered to leave the house 3 months from now, I might go again.
Mm-hmm.
And where they had it located was on the outskirts of Charlotte, so it wasn't.
Like deep in the city.
Yeah, it wasn't because we had planned to eat at in Belmont because we knew we could get good parking in Belmont. That's why I picked something in Belmont so that she wouldn't have to fight for a place to park twice. Because
Mm-hmm.
I know she doesn't like Charlotte, and part of the reason she doesn't like Charlotte is the parking.
Same. That's
So
why I don't like going to Asheville. I scout out all
have,
these places before I
having
have
to pay
events,
having to pay for a place to park.
or just
And
trying to find it.
mhm. Well, in Charlotte, the issue is you have to pay to park in some sort of garage or whatever, and then find your way back to the place you were trying to go.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a walk. And I remember the last time we went to Charlotte several years, her and I went to Charlotte several years ago before the pandemic. We went to a show and everything, and then we lost where we had parked, and we walked around. This is not an exaggeration.
Oh
We
no.
walked around for an hour, and we halfway through that hour it had started to rain, and it was
No.
dark outside, and we could not remember where we had parked the car.
If I park somewhere and I know that it's going to be a good ways away from where I'm going to be, I'll usually drop a pin on my Google Maps to try to help me find it on my
Okay,
phone.
that's a good suggestion. That's a good suggestion. I'll have to remember that next time we go somewhere.
Yeah,
Cause
because I'm not like walking for an hour in Charlotte's one thing. Walking for an hour in Asheville, every street is like this.
oh
You're going
Lord
like
Jesus.
this, and then you go down and you like this.
Even if it's straight, I'm not good at walking these days. And that
Mm-hmm.
was I mean, and then I was all right, but even after an hour, I was tired and we had sneakers on and stuff. I if I tried to do that now, because that was 3 years ago, and
Mm-hmm.
my ability to do that kind of walking has decreased to where I don't know that I could do that now. So, but luckily it was on the outskirts. So the parking was just like right that they had a parking lot right next to the brewery. It wasn't like,
Yeah.
in Charlotte where you have to go to a parking garage. And then we went to a place that was like 5 minutes away, which also had its own parking, which was um Amelie's
Diner, cafe.
French Bakery. Amelie's French Bakery. I'm trying to
Get the picture up.
yes. StreamYard was putting something in my way right where the tab is to where
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do the thing. Okay, let's see if I
Yeah, because I remember you sending me the pictures of Amelie's, and it looked good. You sent me a video, I think. Yeah, this video.
is it playing?
No, it
I
is
hear the
not.
sound.
All I see is a picture of Aunt Terry.
Okay, well this sucks.
I can hear the sound too, but I don't see. It's not moving. Technical difficulties. Chloe, cut that out.
Can you see it now?
Nope. All I see is Aunt Terry looking like this. Oh, there we go. It's moving a little bit. There we go. Now we can see. It looks nice. I really want to go back and watch Amelie and see if this is just like if it was just named Amelie or if it's like if it was based on the movie. Because that's the first thing I think of when I hear Amelie is the movie. Have you seen Amelie?
No, I haven't.
It's a very artsy French movie. Like very artsy.
I might have to check it out. But the baked goods we had there, because I didn't have my baked good till I got home. It was okay.
Mm,
I got salted caramel brownies for your brother and father, one each, and they said it was okay,
average.
not very flavorful.
Mm-hmm.
But the coffee I had was good,
Mm,
and the tartane, which was the ham and Swiss open face sandwich, was good. So
mm-hmm.
I would try going there again if only to have the coffee. Um
Would you say the
Terry was
coffee is better than the coffee at the other place?
um Well, there was more of it. How how about that?
Oh,
There
you made
was
me mess up my eyeliner.
I'm sorry. But by the time we got done, it was like 9:45. We expected to be at what you call it at so far for 11 till
Hmm.
11, and it was 9:45. So that was kind of disappointing. But um, so it was like, well, and I'm a night person, so like I have my first meal at like 2 p.m. Although I've been trying because I have been doing intermittent fasting for several years to where I didn't eat till after 12, and I am trying to move that up because I am starting to have like yesterday I woke up with stomach pain at like 9 in the morning,
Hmm.
and if I eat something right away then the stomach pain kind of goes away, but it doesn't really feel like hunger pangs, but I guess that's what it is. And it seems like I'm having it like every other day now. So it's like I need to stop doing the intermittent fasting thing and move my eating time up because I tend to wake up around 8:30 or 9
Yeah, and that's a
to
little
say,
while to go.
to say goodbye to your father when he goes to work, but then I don't actually eat till after 12. So, but lately that's not been my body's not been happy with that. So
Hmm.
I'm trying to move back up
Gotta
to
listen to your
eat
body.
to eating earlier. So, but typically, all that is to say, typically I eat around 2 is my first meal of the day. And then I may have something like around 4 or 6, a snacky type thing. And then I will have another meal or heavy snack around 10:30 when your father gets off work.
Hmm.
So by the time we got out, and all I had was those tacos on Saturday,
Hmm.
and way too little coffee. So by the time we got out at 9:45, I wanted coffee and I wanted food. So that's why we went to Amelie's. So we would go to Amelie's again, and that was on the outskirts. So again, we didn't have to fight for parking any place we went. So that was a good part of the day.
Yeah, that's good.
So overall, the outing was okay. It took a little energy out of me because I'm not used to leaving the house. So far, it has been a week. I I feel like my cough is coming back a little bit today, but it's been a week, so I don't think it's COVID.
Mm.
Every place we went was because Amelie, you saw that video. Amelie
Open and empty.
was very open and empty as well. Also, oh, the cute thing about Amelie, they say on their website that they are very LGBTQIA
Get
plus
it,
friendly.
LGBTQIA. Get it, LGBT. It's Pride Month. Get it. Okay, sorry.
So they are alphabet friendly. So I went to the bathroom
Hmm.
and they have 6 bathrooms, six individual bathrooms. Like how when you go some places and it's not like you open and it stalls, you
Hmm.
open and it's just a toilet and a sink and you lock the door and you're in there by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. They had 6 of those.
Yeah.
And one said family bathroom,
Hmm.
two said all genders bathroom.
Cute. Love it.
And no, it was 2 family bathrooms, 2 all genders bathrooms, and 2 said male female bathrooms.
Okay.
So, which if you're gonna do male female, because I mean the male female bathroom literally was like male female on the same side. It wasn't
Yeah,
like
so it's
male female.
so
So
they
male
are the
female
same bathrooms.
male female and all genders are the same bathroom, but I think they just did that
Just to be cute.
just to be cute and to show that they accept everybody. And on the doors, which I've only seen this in bathrooms with stalls, but on the doors they had the little thing on the lock where that's right above the handle where it says occupied
Oh, it'd be like
or
red and then you turn it and it'll be
vacant.
green.
Yeah, but except it said the words too. It
Mm-hmm.
said vacant or occupied. It wasn't just red or green. It said vacant or occupied, so you could be sure that everybody knew
That
somebody was in
somebody
there
was
or
in
not
there.
somebody in there or not there. So, and I went in the bathroom, and it was, it was cleaner than the bathroom at Cafe Vieja. By
Mm-hmm.
the way, the
That is just
bathroom,
not your restaurant. You are not going back there.
the bathroom at Waterbean was nice and clean, and the thumbs up for them is that they had a really nice handle on the wall.
Oh, like one of the
Cause
assist handles.
yeah, cause as much as I hate to admit it, you've witnessed I have trouble getting up and down
Mm-hmm.
out of chairs, and that includes toilets. So it's nice to have a handle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the bathroom at Amelie had these pictures on the wall, these black and white photos that were like vintage photos,
Ooh,
but they were photos of like two girls who could just be hugging as friends, but maybe not. And then they
history will
had,
say they're roommates.
and then like two, like a guy walking, and then another guy leaning over and kind of maybe checking them out or maybe not.
I love
And
it.
so it was kind of like maybe, maybe
Cheeky
not
photography.
cheeky photography. But they were you could tell they were old. They weren't like new pictures made to look old. They were like
The old, yeah.
they were old historical pictures.
Cute. I love
So
it.
that was the fun. That was fun. So
Cute.
how are we on time for you?
I don't know. I have not looked at the clock. It's only 3:30.
It's 3:30, so we've got time to wrap up a little bit more on our week.
Yeah. I just finished my eyes and I'm still not sure how I feel about it.
Okay. So that was my update on my weekend out. My only other life update was just a quick one that I am going to I've been working on inbox 0. I have been deleting everything from my Gmail.
Oh, I was wondering what
I
you meant
have
by that.
I there is an official thing called inbox 0, but I have a habit of um researching things and not actually doing the thing. So I purposely did not look up the inbox 0 method. I just took it at face value, meaning I am
Empty it
going to
out to zero.
I'm going to keep deleting till it's 0. Inbox 0 is technically supposed to be all about, archive some things and then put some things in a folder for look at in 1 week and all that. And I'm not doing all that. I'm just deleting everything. Except for stuff that came in, like, in the last month that I think I wanna look at again, or,
Hmm.
like, receipts, like, because I get receipts for things that I've paid, like my power bill and stuff like that, so I kept the receipts for the power bills and stuff that they emailed to me, and then everything else I've been zeroing out. It has taken me several days because I had just in one folder alone, I had over 3,500 emails. I had emails going back to when you were in high school, emails that I had gotten from your teachers.
I still have projects from high
Kind
school in
kind of
my
like,
Google Drive that I'm afraid to throw away.
yep, yep. I have projects from college that I need to get rid of, but I had to. I mean, the equivalent of, remember last week when I talked about how I had baby socks still in the sock basket. This
Yes.
this was the equivalent of the baby socks in the sock basket. I had stuff from when Chloe was going to UNC Asheville trying to get her first dorm,
Hmm.
and stuff from when you were going to school and trying to get your first dorm, and I'm just stuff that had to go. And
Hmm.
I just took, I wasn't really reading them. I was just kind of like, I would take a quick
I don't
look
need
at
this
it.
anymore.
I
Go.
don't need to see. Last time I tried to do an inbox 0, I got caught up when I got to the really old ones because there was a couple that was like the very first email you ever sent. It's like, you know, but this time I was like, I am not being sentimental. I have not looked at this
Ruthless.
stuff in 10 this these are emails from 10 years ago, and I literally have never pulled them up for anything. So they are going now.
That's how we just cleaned out the corner of the house a little while ago. Right now I am in the corner of my living room, which previously I would never have been able to sit right here. That's my office behind me where I normally sit, that door.
Mhm.
I'm in the corner of the living room because this was piled up with stuff since we moved into this apartment. Um,
Mhm.
and but I was just like stressing out because normally I would do everything in the office. Now I can't do everything in the office because I'm up late and the second roommate sleeps in that office.
Mhm.
So Wayne came over here and just ever so nicely cleaned up this area for me. And he came to me and was asking about like, do you need this? Do you need this? And I was like, anything that's in there, I didn't even remember what was in that pile. So clearly, anything that's in there, I am not going to need. Like if I don't
Mhm.
remember what it is, I don't remember that it's there, I'm not going to need it because I never would have known to look for it. So I was like,
Mhm.
he would come with stuff and I was like, I didn't know that was there, throw it away. He would come with another thing, I didn't know that was there, throw it away. Like there were very few things that I kept out of there, and we
Yeah.
were able to clear a good bit of stuff out. And now I have a whole 6 foot table sitting over here. Like this is sunlight coming from the door over here. I'm at the front door.
Yeah, I have there are a few things like I still repeatedly think about that Finn Family Moomin Troll book that
The what
tossed
what what?
I tossed out. You remember we talked about Moomins?
Oh, movements. Yes. Okay.
And
Sorry, you gave his government name, and I was unprepared.
I had that Finn Family Moomin Troll book that I had for years, and I was like, I don't need this. And so I got rid of it. And I periodically think about I should not have gotten rid of that.
Hmm.
You know, I should have kept that. But overall, most of the stuff I've gotten rid of, I don't
You
need.
didn't need it. Yeah.
I don't need because I wasn't thinking about it. And if I don't look at it, what I was thinking with the email thing is that if I don't look at it, then I won't know it's gone and I won't know to because a lot of the things with the emails is like, oh, this looks like an interesting thing that I need to sit down and read. But I thought that 10 years ago and I still didn't sit down and read it. So why do I think I'm going to sit down and read it now?
Yeah. If you don't see it, you don't know to miss it.
I don't know to miss it exactly. So there's that. Okay, so we are going to move on quickly while you are finishing yourself up. We are going to move on quickly to our yarny crafty thoughts.
Yes.
Okay. So first up, on hiatus, the cozy hoodie
Can
is
we can we rewrite that right this second? I'm gonna need you to do it because I'm doing stuff to my face. Can we rewrite this in the note to no longer on hiatus to new work in progress? We need to find something else to do with this yarn. New work in progress. We're gonna find something else because it's not on hiatus if we're not coming back to it.
this is true.
What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Ooh.
Okay.
Guess I'll use. Oh, this one looks good. Correcting notes.
I'm gonna need to restart this computer because it
You
is
should.
moving slow. Not the computer I'm on, the computer
Oh, the
that
other one.
the other computer, my work computer. It is moving hecka slow.
It's
Okay,
chugging.
hexagon blanket. I'm still working on it, but I am making a little bit of progress. I have uno, dos, cuatro, and I am on the start of cinco.
Look at you.
Once I get this fifth one done, I think I'm gonna go ahead and join these five
Uh huh.
because the way the pattern is that it joins the five in the middle. So I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and join. I was trying to find a picture to show you what it looks like.
So you can have the center section, and then you can just add the other ones
Yeah, so I can have the center
around.
section and add the other ones as I go. Um, okay, there we go. So yeah, so you can see from the top photo
Mm-hmm.
that you have the five in the middle, and then it's 4 4 and then 3 3. I'm debating on whether I'm going to do it like that or if I want to just add. But that's 19 that I would do right now.
Mhm.
If I added, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. If I did 15 and then just did 5 5 5, I'm wondering if that would be a big enough blanket because I'm uncomfortable with the odd shape of that blanket. It looks cute, but I'm thinking when you actually use it,
It's
what
not
is
practical.
is it practical? Yeah. Are you going to be like, well, it's too short on this side, or it's not wrapping around my foot, or whatever?
Mhm.
This is for a kid, but still. So I'm thinking I might just do 5 5 5 and then see how I feel about that. But I'm going to start with the 5 at first so I can at least see how long it's going to be
Mhm.
so I can have a feeling. So that's where we are with that. Okay. But I am, I'm not getting as much progress as I would like because I'm not working on it as often as I would like, but I'm going to try to push forward because um, past this, I have, what am I trying to say?
I don't know. Normally I can help, but I have no idea where you're going right now.
Oh, no. In my head, the list is this, this blanket. I want to make a little like stuffed animal or puzzle ball to go with that, and then both of those will go to Rose's child. I would like to make a halter top or tank top for Rose's eldest daughter, and then that will get
Mhm.
her two kids taken care of. Then the baby that was just born, I want to do a blanket for that baby,
Mhm.
and I want to finish the hoodie that I was making and give that to the oldest brother of that baby.
Mhm.
So those are the things that are in my head right now. And then after I get all of those done, then I need to get back to the adult children, which are, I'm not making nothing for you. You can make your own stuff.
You see how she treats me.
You can make your own stuff. But no, I still have that um Avatar Last Airbender blanket
Sydney wanted.
that Sydney wanted and Chloe wanted one for herself. And this is like going on 10 years at this point, or whenever they graduated from high school.
Might as well be
So
10 years.
so that, but that is making me feel guilty. So I really have that in the back of my head. So, well, Ari, I didn't know you wanted anything.
Ari inserting himself.
I didn't know you wanted anything, Ari. So again, that's added onto the list of all my other children. Because in my head, I have the blankets for Sydney and Chloe. I have a AKA scarf for and your cousin Angelica.
Mhm.
I wanted to make slouchy, like lock type caps for Nawan and Trey because they both
Mhm.
have locks. And what else? That's all I
You
got. That's
you
all
got
I
a
got
lot of
from there.
plans and machinations going on over there.
Yeah, I have plans and machinations, but who knows how many of them will come to fruition. I feel I feel buoyed up and empowered by the fact that I actually what do you have on?
I've got the black and white jumpsuit, and then I'm going to wear wings
I think the purple.
with purple glitter. Okay, because I don't feel like
Uh,
sitting and doing freckles today.
But yeah, I want to make stuff for the adult children,
Hmm.
but I don't know if that, what else is going to come to get in my way to say, who knows, somebody else is going to have a baby and
Because they are
baby
just having them.
baby stuff is going to come first cuz baby stuff is easier for me to make. So baby stuff will come first. But I am buoyed up by the fact that I did finish making something for your cousin Kelly's. babies. So that makes me feel like, yes, I can possibly finish things.
Mhm.
And it is, it sounds like a lot, but it is good for my mental health to make things. So, so we'll see. I may start on something else before I finish this, just so that I can have something else to show.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, you know me. I love a small project. I will drop everything just to make something real quick.
yeah. So now we are on to her mermaid pictures. Which,
I so my babysitting girls, and I have permission to put their pictures online, so you can go ahead and pull them up. But my babysitting girls, they came over one day and it was raining and everything, so I got their umbrellas from their mom, and we went outside and took some promo pictures for my mermaid bags because I was like, I need a way to show these off um, to everybody, and so she is bringing those up right now.
oh, so cute.
I
Let
am
me
so
see.
happy with how this turned out.
Oh, this does let me zoom in. Okay.
Yeah, I'm so happy with how the pictures turned out because I was like, I am
Yeah.
not a photographer and I don't know. And children are notoriously like look awkward in pictures, and so I was like, how do I get them to pose? But I remembered I follow some photographers on um I follow some photographers on TikTok, and so they will constantly give like, if you want the child to do this, this is the prompt that you need to give them.
Uh-huh.
And so that's what I was doing. Oh no. Ah, I got this lip stain on my teeth, and my teeth are purple.
No.
Oh no.
The pictures look good though. The pictures
Thank
look
you.
real good.
Thank
You
you
did
very much.
you did a great job, I think. You did a great
That
job.
one was hilarious. That's what happens when you tell one child to whisper in another child's ear, booger, booger, booger.
Was that a TikTok suggestion?
It was. It like just tell them to say something. If you want them to smile or laugh, just tell them to say something silly, or you say something silly.
Well, that was they look good. They look
Thank
good.
you.
You did a great job. And Ari said that they look good and that they're cute.
Thank you.
So hopefully those sell well for you. How many of those you have to sell at
Um,
the Mermaid Festival?
one, two, three. I've got like five or six. I wanted to have more, but
Yeah,
I've been working.
yeah. I keep wanting to make things for you, and it's like I barely have energy to make the things
That you
that
want to make.
I'm working on for family members. So
I
okay.
mean, oh, go ahead.
Oh, the only other crafty thing is I haven't really been doing my coloring. I've been working on a picture from this book. The first picture I pulled out was this was the book that I got for Mother's Day. The first picture that I pulled out was already from the cover. I could tell
Hmm.
when I got halfway through it
That it
that
was the cover picture.
the cover picture. You can see it better.
Hmm.
I can tell that this is the cover picture. So I'm like, I'm not going to work on the cover picture. I want to see. I mean, I'll finish it later, but I wanted to see what one of the other
You want
ones
a new
looked like.
surprise picture?
Yeah, I wanted a new surprise. So I pulled a different one, and so far I can't really see what it is because I haven't gotten very far yet. So I can't
Yeah, I
really
have
tell
no
you
clue.
what it is. So that's all. But I mean, it takes a minute to get this because I'm trying to do it neatly and not go outside the lines, and the lines are very close to each other, but
Hmm.
you still want to make sure you have that little bit of space in between the lines and not accidentally cover over the space. And
Hmm.
like the space between the two sections is like less than a millimeter. I mean, it
Yeah,
is
like tiny,
tiny,
tiny.
tiny, tiny. So you have to go slowly to make sure you don't mess it up. So that's the only thing I've been working on. I'm thinking about maybe after I finish this picture, I'm going to pull out my um, sticker book and work on that one.
Hmm.
'Cause I have a sticker one that I started and barely got anything done in. So that's where we are on that. Okay. We are now down to what we've been reading, watching, listening to. You've got your glasses on. Don't you look cute?
I can
We've got
see.
we've got like 10 minutes, right? Because you've got a hard out at 4.
Yeah, we can zoom through some of this. Part of this is gonna be is another Ghost Whisperer rant because I'm almost through season 3, so we can skip that and save that for next week.
Oh, speaking of which, yes, we'll save that for next week. But season 3, I found some episode recaps on my Google Drive that I had written during one of my brief unemployment periods
Uh
years
huh.
ago. I tried to do like blogging for money type
Hmm.
things, made no money, but I have a whole pile of um TV reviews and TV thoughts, including several episode recaps from season 3
Of Ghost Whisperer.
of Ghost Whisperer. Yes.
Did you hold on to those?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll go over this because we will save it for next week. But things got crazy.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Netflix password crackdown is creeping closer. That's why I was going to have the family meeting on Sunday so we can decide what we want to get rid of and what we want to keep.
Hmm.
You look cute and funky.
Thank you. You
The
can't
gl
see any of my glitter with
no,
this
the
glare.
glitter through your glasses
Oh, can you
makes
see it?
yeah, the glitter through the glasses looks cute and funky. It makes the glasses look even more funky than they are. Um, I got the thing in my email. I mean, not in my email. I got the
On your
email
TV.
which we talked about, and then I went to Netflix to watch something, and I got the thing on my TV that said Netflix. Oh, he's leaving early.
No, I think he's saying sad face because we're leaving early.
Oh,
Yeah, because
oh.
we normally stream for like 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. But sorry to leave you hanging, Ari.
But I gotta make that money. I gotta make that bag.
You gotta make that bag. Um so basically I went to watch Netflix the other day or to look up something on Netflix the other day. Ari was
I
saying
I forgot about Agretsuko. I need to go finish that. Agretsuko. I forget how it's pronounced. But that is short. I should probably finish that real quick because that's short.
yeah, finish that real quick. So basically in case I'm going to remind all of your siblings when the thing comes up on your when you go to Netflix, the thing comes up and says Netflix is for you and people in your household. At least I got it because of the account that I'm on.
Apparently, we have gotten it because I told Wayne, and he's like, "Yeah, that little pop up came up," and I said, "Ignore."
Okay, okay. So anybody who watches it, 'cause it right now is giving you the option to not verify your house right now. So I don't want y'all to accidentally verify the house and then we can't get on Netflix because we're the
Hmm.
ones paying for it. So so everybody just don't verify it for right now and see what we're doing.
Yeah.
See if they're going to send out stronger language or what they're going to do. But I got a TikTok. I think you sent me the TikTok or I found it somewhere else with some woman going, uh, t- um, Netflix underestimates our ability
To
to
pirate, I sent you
pirate.
that.
You sent that to me. I couldn't remember if you sent it to me or if I saw it on my FYP. Because yeah, if we can go another month or two and just ignore the verification thing, people are going to do it.
Yep. They're trying to be
And
nice and polite, but everyone's gonna ignore it. Cause why? Why would we try to pay more
exactly.
money when we don't have to?
Exactly. But we need to come up with some sort of decision as to what we're going to do when they finally bring the hammer
I
down.
mean, if they explain how it's going to be set up, because they said that they'll allow people, like, if you're at a hotel room or something and you can still use your Netflix. So if they can do that, then we can just like have a family chat of, oh, we're using the Netflix right now, and it could be the like hotel account or
Uh-huh.
whatever. And
Mhm.
so then and we could like contribute or whatever. That way there's only like one extra account that's being paid for as opposed to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. It's sad. I mean, partly because it's not even that I use Netflix a lot, but when we use Netflix, it's usually when all of us
When
are
we're watching
watching
stuff
something
together.
together. So
Mhm.
that's why I'm loath to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And also, I tend to get weirdly, I get sentimental about weird things. And one of the weird things I get sentimental about is if a business has been open for a long time, or if I have had some sort of account or something for a long time,
Mhm.
I get sentimental about closing that.
That's how I feel about on Facebook. When I was in high school on Facebook, they one of the languages that they let you put for your Facebook is pirate speak, and so I put my Facebook in pirate speak when I was in high school. Back before, I think it was before you even said that I was allowed to have a Facebook. Can't remember, but I put my Facebook in pirate speak, and it was like that for a long time. And then I started using Facebook on my phone, and on the phone it doesn't do pirate speak. It like because it's
Mhm.
just a silly little thing. And then I got back on Facebook on the computer like a few years ago, and it's still in pirate speak. And now I'm afraid to change it because I don't know if I'll be able to get it back.
Exactly. It's silly things like that. Like I bought Netflix for your father for either a birthday or Father's Day gift one year. And so I feel like I don't want to
Hmm.
cancel it, although I'm annoyed that they are doing this, but at the same time I don't really want to cancel it. Part of me wants to cancel it because it's like, Netflix.
I'm just wondering why,
I am mad at you. But then at
because
the same time, it's like I don't want to cancel it.
I'm just wondering why they think they need to do this all of a sudden. Like, are any of none of the other streaming services are doing this, and so
No,
I'm
not
wondering
really.
why they feel the need to pioneer being a greedy butthole.
I
Like,
mean, Spotify did a thing on the family plan like 3 years ago where they made us all kind of relog in and verify that we're part of the family plan and stuff like that. But then they haven't done it since.
and you're allowed
So
to listen to it anywhere. It's not like you all have to be in the
yeah,
same household. Like,
exactly.
we just had to relog
So
in and say yes, we're all still in the family.
yeah, yeah. And Amazon on your Prime, you can be on somebody's Prime and not be in the same house with them.
Hmm.
Apple, you can be on their Apple family account and not be in the same house with them. So
I'm just hoping all these other companies don't start getting ideas and thinking that
that's
they can do. That's what I'm worried about. Is all these other
that's the
companies.
thing. If this turns out to be successful for Netflix and they other companies see that they've made extra money or whatever it is because of
Hmm.
this, then I think other companies are going to say, okay, we need to crack down on this.
All of my media consumption will be TikTok and YouTube.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. We're going to go back to closing out all these things.
Hmm.
Because at one point, we had, when you guys were in high school, we had canceled practically every kind of, and we were an inch from canceling cable. But we had already canceled like our HBO and all the little
Hmm.
extras that you add on to it. And so we could go back to canceling all this stuff if they're going to nickel and dime us like that,
Which is unfortunate, but I don't have money for it.
which is sad. Okay. Well, it is 3:58, so we will have to save the rest of our video consumption and our games, which by the time we get back here next week, I may have more games listed
It'll be
in there.
filled up. Yeah, I don't have any games because the only games I've been playing are the games of hustling, getting that bag,
Well, today,
crocheting.
just just this morning, I started feeling a little bit guilty about, should I cancel my Apple Arcade? Am I really playing it? Should I play these games that my kids just got me for Mother's Day? What, all these things, I games that I own and stuff like that. I feel like I need to play all these games.
Hmm.
So so go, you make that money.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us on the Friday Coffee Klatch.
Thanks for hanging out in the chat.
Yes, thanks for hanging out in the chat, Ari and Ronald, who was here before us, and
Hmm.
anybody else who wants to join us in the chat. We would, be glad to have you.
Yeah, we'll talk to
Okay,
anybody.
we'll talk to anybody. We'll be glad to have you. So sell, 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 Maya. That's what Ari says. Sell, sell, sell. Make that money. Make that money.
I'm trying.
Goodbye, everyone. Come back next week and
Goodbye.
keep us company.
Like, subscribe, smash the bell.
Yeah, all that stuff. Bye.
Bye. I'm not prepared. I got so many faces to paint.